Here.
Straight out to KPIX5's Ann Makovic, who was in front of San Francisco's ICE offices. And
this is 6 years ago, okay? Here's what Democrats in the House and Senate were speaking out against Trump's immigration plan.
Yeah, and this rally is just about to begin. You can see dozens of people here on the sidewalk. This is an interfaith group, mainly Jewish people, speaking out against potential ICE raids as the Trump administration unveils a controversial new plan tying DACA protections to the border wall. The Trump administration's plan would put 1.8 million immigrants brought to America illegally by their parents on a path to citizenship. In exchange, the White House wants $30 billion in border security funding, $25 billion of that for a wall to be built between the U.S. and Mexico.
That plan is a campaign to make America white again.
House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi spoke about it this morning at the National Conference of Mayors.
They bring a tear to the eye of the Statue of Liberty.
Wow. Wow. I wonder what the Democrats think about that exact same bill now, dude.
And they bring fear into the hearts.
The funniest part is the bill including DACA would have been more progressive. Exactly. Then the Democrats could have at least said, like, well, we're caving, but we're also like getting DACA done. They didn't even do that, though, right? Like offering additional protections to dreamers or like, offering a pathway to citizenship. The Democrats didn't even do that, though, this time around. That shit's crazy, dog. This was a pure right-wing bill. How fucking nutty is that? How crazy is that, chat? If you want to understand, If you are a real demon, okay, if you want to be like one of those fucking, I'm on Reddit and I'm LARPing as a DNC consultant for free because I'm a fucking dumb bitch and I have nothing better going on in my life and this is the only thing keeping me from fucking unaliving myself. God damn it, I'm saying unaliving. Okay, if you're that type of dumbass bitch on Twitter that's constantly fucking chirping for free 99 as though you got pay stubs from the Democratic Party, okay? The least you could have done is like add some kind of fucking DACA proposal onto it, okay? So that you could be like, but it's a good bill, see? There's concessions made for the DACA, for the dreamers. They didn't even do that. They just went full right wing. Yeah, for new applications, like we're going to do a pathway to citizenship. It was just a pure right-wing Republican bill. And what did we get out of it? Well, hypocrisy. See? Seems like the Republicans are the ones who don't want to kill migrants, you know? We're the ones who want to fucking permanently detain migrants. It seems like the Republicans don't want to do that. How dumb. How dumb of them. Do you guys see that? Hypocrites. Murphy going off on the GOP saying they're a nightmare to negotiate with. They're a disaster right now. How can you trust any Republican right now? They told us what to do. We followed their instructions to the letter, and they pulled the rug from under us in 24 hours. You just openly demonstrated to every single person in the United States of America that hears this quote that you're a fucking dumbass, dog. You're so goddamn cucked. You're so fucking stupid. Look what they did to James Langford. I was discussing what they did to James. They put him out there and they asked him on their behalf to negotiate a compromise, and then they didn't even give him a chance to argue the merits. I'm sorry. I don't believe that these guys are too stupid to recognize what's going on here. Yeah, you can't go, the GOP's a fascist party, vote blue no matter who, and then go, they told us what to do. We followed their instructions to the letter. Okay? You can't do that. These two things don't align. Okay? You can't just fucking sit there and advocate for the Republican position on immigration and then go, but guys, see how hypocritical and dumb they are? No, dude, you're the hypocritical dumbass here, okay? You got fucking duped. You look like you got duped, okay? You look like you're an unserious legislator, okay? On the one hand, because, like, the Republicans are the ones who were just like, yeah, we're going to tank this bill. That's one. And two, you literally are now advocating for the right-wing position.
of people are here playing by the rules.
Senator Kamala Harris tweeting last night the immigration plan is a complete non-starter, pitting 700,000 young people against immigrant families.
Why can't they message like this against immigration when they're in power, chat?
Runs counter to the values of our country. But many Republicans are supporting the plan.
We're trying to find a way to have strong border security.
The proposal also scales back the visa lottery system and limits legal immigration through close family ties. It was a hot topic at the gubernatorial debate yesterday at UCLA.
I think the president is actually suggesting some things that could help the system. He's actually proposing to have a pathway to citizenship for DACA, which Obama never even did.
The president's plan is designed to win 60 Senate votes and break a potential filibuster that could trigger another government shutdown next month. Now back out here live outside of the ICE office in San Francisco. You can see protesters here gathered on the sidewalk. This rally is going to be going on for about the next hour or so.
By the way, just a reminder for every single person here that, like, you know, this bill also had like DACA protections and shit in it as well due to the bipartisan negotiations in it. Now the Democrat bill doesn't even have that.
I appreciate the opportunity
Yeah, watch Democrats respond to President Trump's immigration speech. Let's see.
to speak directly.
When is that video from? From Trump. Anytime you see Democrats LARPing as fucking, anytime you see the Democratic Party LARPing as like revolutionary Marxist figures, immediately know that there's probably a Republican in charge. Okay, that's it.
To the American people tonight about how we can end this shutdown and meet the needs of the American people. Sadly, much of what we heard from President Trump throughout this senseless shutdown has been full of misinformation and even malice. The president has chosen fear. We want to start with the facts. The fact is, on the very first day of this Congress, House Democrats passed Senate Republican legislation to reopen government and fund smart, effective border security solutions. But the president is rejecting these bipartisan bills which would reopen government over his obsession with forcing American taxpayers to waste billions of dollars on an expensive and ineffective wall.
Which was in the proposal, by the way. The Democratic Party's proposal that they're currently complaining about that the Republicans don't want to pass literally has a border funding built into it.
A wall he always promised Mexico would pay for. The fact is, President Trump has chosen to hold hostage critical services for the health, safety, and well-being of the American people and withhold the paychecks of 800,000 innocent workers across the nation, many of them veterans.
Like, who the fuck's asking for the wall? The wall is supposed to be symbolism anyway. It's so idiotic that they're so right-wing on the issue of immigration that they literally spent the last fucking however many years being like, the wall is a symbol for racism, which is true. It is. It's like a symbolic thing. It doesn't even do anything. It doesn't like actually prevent undocumented immigration from happening. You know what I mean? And it's just like saying that it's like purely symbolic and it's purely a symbol of racism for years and years and years, and then turning around to like fund it, turning around to do eminent domain, specifically to build this wall. I fucking hate you. I hope you get better.
He promised to keep government shut down for months or years, no matter whom it hurts. That's just plain wrong. The fact is, we all agree we need to secure our borders while honoring our values. We can build the infrastructure and roads at our ports of entry. We can install new technology to scan cars and trucks for drugs coming into our nation. We can hire the personnel we need to facilitate trade and immigration at the border. We can fund more innovation to detect unauthorized crossings. The fact is, the women and children at the border are not a security threat. They are a humanitarian challenge, a challenge that President Trump's own cruel and counterproductive policies have only deepened. And the fact is, President Trump must stop holding the American people hostage, must stop manufacturing a crisis, and must reopen the government. Thank you.
Trump isn't in power. Yes, this is when he was. I'm showing you this because their conversation in 2019 about the border issues, while still infinitely conciliatory to the Republican reactionary approach, was definitely a lot better than what they're pushing for now. They literally are saying, like, the border is bullshit. The border is bullshit. The border is bullshit. These people, there's a humanitarian crisis at the border and we must solve it through humanitarian means. Okay. Now they're like, the border is sick. We need to build the border wall ourselves. And the Republicans don't want to build it. That's why I'm showing this. That's why I'm showing you the older video. Rate Chuck's light skin stare. Oh, fuck. Anyway, I hate it. I hate that the Democrats have been like actively getting worse and worse on this issue instead of like putting forward a real proposal that goes against, like actually goes against what the right is advocating for. Because if you concede that the border is a problem and there's a crisis of national security at the border, then of course you're going to vote for the Republicans. Why wouldn't you? It's like saying, it's like looking at the situation here. It's like trans people, right? It's like the way that Republicans say trans people are a problem. Okay? The Democrats can look at that and go, no, they're not. The real problem is that we don't have adequate access to health care for trans people, and the Republicans are actively making the situation worse. Or they can look at it and go, yes, trans people are a problem, so we are the ones who are going to shut off access to health care for trans folk before they do. Oh no, the Republicans are the ones who don't want to shut off access to health care for trans people now. That's ridiculous. They do this for every issue. It's so fucking stupid.